Well, if you haven't guessed it, it's Wednesday, my dudes, and you got it. It's another episode of Redcat Live. Today, we get to talk about a couple things that are going to be coming in the pipeline. So this isn't an official type of announcement type of day, but it's definitely something I want to get a lot of you folks thinking in the right mindset, right? Or at least pointing your minds in the right direction. Because we got something coming up in the next coming weeks where we launch something that we've been launching for a few years now, where we select something that gets taken somewhere and displayed for lots of people, hundreds and thousands of people to see. What is it? The 2023 SEMA Build Off. It's coming. We're very close to launching it. We're working on some details as we speak, but I was given the green light to start letting you guys know that yes, this year Redcat will be doing the SEMA Build Off yet again. Now, we did talk a little bit about at least the bone structure of it, and the purpose of today's show is to kind of help answer some of the questions I have answers for, as well as ask you what questions you guys have that I can go back to the team and help collectively come up with the right answers to let all you guys know about, right? One of the primary things that you guys should take away from it is that this year, like last year, we're not going to do crawler build-offs. We're not going to do now the RDS, right, drift car build-off. We're only going to focus on the lowrider scene, specifically when it comes to the SEMA build-off. The SEMA build-off, like previous years, has been you work on building a product based on our chassis. You have at it, you detail it out, scale it out, make it unique to yourself, and then we go ahead and compile all of those images where the team gets to pick, based off of a criterion, a winner that best suits all of the check marks, right? So it's really an exciting time for us here, because this is when we start to really elevate the game and see, well, not elevate the game, let me rephrase that. This is when we announce something that allows you guys, the builders, the hobbyists, the enthusiasts, to elevate your skill level to build something that is absolutely unique and out of this world. We've seen a lot of builds being done by folks all around the world, and sadly enough, the last couple of years, it's only included, the United States, right? The continental United States has an actual whole. And last year we had an amazing honorable mention, a vehicle that was done by none other than Dylan Cho. If I remember correctly, the man is out of Paris, France. And truly, his vehicle was a true work of art. And because we did the event to, the continental United States, it really kind of left a feeling of, man, we had the winner here, which was Jeff Lozano, right? And I'm going to share the couple images there. So that was from last year's post, but we're talking SEMA, so I figured might as well just bring it up. Jeff had an amazing build last year, and rightfully so. It took the crown as the winner. And there was a lot of other vehicles that came really close, and it was really hard to decide. The year before that, we had two winners, Louis Alcala with his Cancer Sucks build, as well as Jeff Lozano, right? So Jeff has two titles under his belt. Does he have what it takes to build something that is nice enough to stand out in the crowd against something that Dylan Cho and what he made, right? He had a 64 that had windows that rolled up and down. Like, the scale seen on this build was insane. And a lot of you guys spoke up. So because a lot of you guys spoke up and said, hey, we want to see more of an international thing. It shouldn't be just in the continental United States. So I'm here to say that we are proudly going to launch the SEMA Build-Off in a couple weeks, and it's going to include the entire world. That's right. So if you build a vehicle for the SEMA Build-Off and your vehicle is chosen, and you happen to live in Afghanistan, you happen to live in France, you happen to live in Germany, you happen to live in the Netherlands, right, or Australia, guess what? You're going to be included in entering your vehicle in and potentially be the one that's going to be crowned the winner. And this time, it's not going to be a national winner, right? We're talking about an international winner that's going to be displayed at SEMA this year. That's exciting, right? So again, guys, we haven't launched all the rules yet. We haven't launched how to sign up and what have you, but I'm going to give you guys at least the nitty gritty on what you're going to want to do and what is going to want to be seen, at least as a starting platform. A lot of you guys took advantage of the sales that we had going on the last couple months. A lot of you guys started buying up 59s, Montes, Impalas, LRH 285 chassis, as well as the LRH 285 Show Builders Kit. Well, now it's your time to shine, guys. It's now time to build something that's going to truly stand out and be amazing, and something that rightfully should be displayed for hundreds and thousands of people to see in Las Vegas at SEMA. One primary thing that you're going to have to keep in mind: there is no limitation on what body you want to use. You do, however, have to start with a Redcat chassis, be it an LRH 285 chassis, which is found underneath our 64 and our 59 Impalas, or an LR 260 chassis, which is underneath the Monte Carlo. So as long as you at least have that structural starting point, it can be just the frame rails of the actual car. It has to start with the chassis itself. You don't have to use the entire pan that's included in the the LRH 285 or the LR 260 chassis, but you have to have at least the frame rails. It's got to have at least a basis of being a Redcat product, right? As far as bodies, you can go hard body, you can go, Lexan body. You can use a body that we already make, like the 59, the 64, and the Monte, or you can use something that someone else makes, and that's kind of when things get a little bit wilder. You have guys that do really awesome intricate interiors, lights underneath, and now with the Dayton wheels that we have out, Jeffrey's wheels that have been out for ages already, the 26s that are out, the parts that everyone is making, right, from like Skunk's Hobbies shocks to the hardware kits to the LRH 285 Show Builders Kit. I'm telling you, this is going to be probably one of the baddest SEMA build-offs that I've seen yet. Or at least I'm hoping so, because I'm putting a lot of fire into this. And I really hope that we call all of you guys, you amazing builders out there, to see what you got and see what you bring to the table. And it can't be last year's build, right? I mean, Dylan could potentially just put his car in, and man, that'd be a hard one to beat right out of the gate. But there's a lot of you guys out there that are going to be bringing your A game. A lot of guys that are using the support of our group, right? Redcat Lowriders on Facebook. That's over 27,000 members strong. And a lot of folks are 3D printing, designing, interior, paint, wheels, you name it. It's a great time to be involved. And I think the hobby for the lowrider scene has evolved enough that we should see some pretty cool stuff. So let's check out the comments really quick. Let's say what's up to a couple folks. I know I got in my tangent and my just started going, but I'm excited because, like I said, I literally was just like, what am I going to talk about today? I brought the tacos. I was going to eat them here in front of you guys again, but you guys don't want to see that every week. So I figured I got to bring something. And lo and behold, yeah, SEMA Build-Off starts in just a few weeks. So while we work on that and work on the basis around it, the rule set, how to sign up, and all of those things, at least I can give you guys a week or two of a jump start on letting you guys know that, yes, it's happening. Yes, we're going to be doing it, and what it's going to be basically surrounding, right? So first and foremost, let's see what's up to John Michael, man. What's going on, sir? Nicholas Thomas, man, he's here as well. Cello Witherspoon is in the house as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. The Token Channel. Even Rob McCool is in the house, Tandem Drift RC. Thank you so much for stopping by, Rob. We appreciate you as always. Art Brown is here as well. Thank you, John. John Michael says, I got a nice shirt on. I do. I got the shirt. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Vince Vargas, what's going on, brother? Thank you for stopping by. Munchie Salazar, he always wants to know about the Caprice. I don't have any updates on that yet. Unfortunately, I wish I did because I know a lot of you guys are patiently waiting for that. Nicholas Thompson. What's going on, guys? Wacky Wednesday, 18-wheeler. Hey. Dark Woods RC is also here in the house saying, what's going on, man? I appreciate you stopping on by. Dustin Cooley, what's up? What's up? CK Hobby Shop, man. What's going on, man? Nelson B. Felix Jose Delgadillo, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. Felix also brings the fire. And he's got some builds that were really top contenders last year as well. So, man, hopefully I get to see something from you in this as well. Jared Say says he's building a 1987 Monte Carlo Super Sport on 26-inch wheels. I love it. I love it. Jeff Ramos is in the house as well. Thank you for so much for stopping by, Jeff. It's always good having you on the show as well. Dark Woods RC. He's finally back for live. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for making time out of your day and hanging out with us, man. Felix Jose Delgadillo wants to know, is there going to be a donk build-off also? No, there's going to be one build-off only. So if you want to do donk style and you have a way of making a body that fits that criteria, then do it, right? If that's the way you want to go. You just have to remember it has to start with a Redcat chassis underneath. Jesse Macias from Bakersfield, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. It's always good having you as well, bro. Art Brown, man. Yeah, that's what's up. Let's get it. Wishing all the peace, love, and plenty of joy, man. I love that positive energy, man, and I hope we can keep it going. Thank you for that. Justin says he's not building a car this year. Man, you built some awesome rides too, bro. Sad to hear that. Jared say you need to get a turning car with 260 wheelbase for big tire guys now with those 26s. A lot of guys are actually using the 26s and able to turn the car and actually drive it. You just have to change your endpoints a little bit so that when you lay out, you're not overstressing your servos and putting pressure on the servo horn, potentially causing it to strip. Christopher Alvarado, man, what's going on, brother? Thank you for stopping by. Louis Alcala. Louis, you going to build something or what, dog? What it do? Tim Yonkers is in the house. Derek Riffle's in the house as well. The Token Channel, man. He says, would I have to live in Las Vegas to enter? No, you don't have to live in Las Vegas to enter. You can enter your vehicle in from anywhere in the United States and international, so anywhere in the world. That includes Canada. That includes the whole world, right? And what would generally happen is if your vehicle gets chosen as the winner of the SEMA Build-Off, we would actually send a label for you to package your car. We actually even have you record a video and take pictures of the vehicle before, during, and after as you're packaging it. And you'll be shipping it out to us, which we would add insurance to the vehicle or the shipment itself. And once we get it, we will go over all of it with a fine comb, take pictures of it as well, and share them with you to make sure we're all on the same page. Take it to SEMA, where we'll be on display every single day for a week. And when I mean hundreds of thousands of people, I mean it. People swarm to our booth, and there's always fun to be had there. So definitely a booth worth checking out for a lot of folks that are going and attending. So you don't have to be in attendance with your vehicle to have it at SEMA. We would take it there and have it on display. When we are done, we will bring it back here to the actual facility of Redcat, and we will repackage it, take pictures of it, share them with you, and then get it shipped back out into your hands as well. Let's see. RC Bettina guy, man. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Mario Madrid's in the house as well. And Louis says he's going to skip out on building this year, man. All right. I see you, Louis. It's a bummer, bro, because you always build some awesome rides as well that always stand out. But who knows? There's plenty of time. Maybe your mind will change. You never know. The Token Channel says, sweet, I'm going to give y'all some Kentucky flavor and show you how we do it. I appreciate that, man. And you know what? That's what I love about the hobby in general, specifically when it comes to the lowrider scene. You know, the lowrider scene varies from state to state, from California to, Nevada to Arizona to Texas to the dirty South, right? I mean, everyone has their own flavor and style when it comes to the lowrider scene and what they like, right? And what looks good to them. So, man, I appreciate that. I love the diversity when it comes to the scene itself and love what everyone does, all the way from the guys up in New York to, the guys in Canada to, we even have some builders out of Mexico that I've seen in the previous year that are also doing some great stuff. So, lowriding is everywhere, and it should be accepted everywhere. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys do with it. And it should be a great time, right? It's definitely not a time to trash each other's builds. I think it's more of a time to elevate and really show the world that RC lowriding, although very young in the scale RC scene as a whole, it's here to stay, and it's here to say that we ain't going nowhere, right? We're going to keep putting in work, and we're going to keep building stuff, and you guys are going to keep building stuff and keep doing amazing things with them, and we're going to show the world that, yeah, man, we're here to stay, and we're going to make it known that RC lowriding is definitely where it's at. So I appreciate you guys so very much. Year after year, since we started this venture, it's been amazing to see the growth as a community and as individuals, right? I've seen a lot of you builders start off, the guy that was like, hey, you know, dude, I don't even know what battery to use in this thing. I just bought it. And now the guy's doing custom paint work and has all this intricate engraved work done, right? It's awesome. It's a great, great time to be in the hobby. And I truly, truly believe that. Christopher Alvarado, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Little Lowrider NYC. He always puts in the work, and he always has some really awesome videos on Instagram. You definitely want to check him out. Mr. Danny RC Mike, man, thank you for stopping by, man. Things are well here, man. We're hanging out, as I mentioned, trying to get things going, get the static started, kind of get the buzz going in everyone's ear, because the SEMA Build Off will be launching in a few weeks. While we work on those details, if there are any questions that you guys have surrounding the actual SEMA Build Off, what you think may be important to ask, definitely go ahead. If I don't have the answer for it now, my plan is to definitely come on back and get those questions and kind of answer them in the future episodes when we do the actual launch of the actual event. Again, SEMA Build Off will be launching in a few weeks, where you guys can start your builds and start sharing photos of your builds in action. And the thought behind it is that it has to be a Redcat chassis underneath, no limitation on body, and it's going to be open to the entire world. It's an international competition. So that is one of the biggest changes from last year to this year, is that we're going to open it up to the entire world for once. Okay, so yeah, guys, so get your ducks in a row, guys. Telling you it's going to be a good time. I know last week I shared with you guys that I wanted to see some builds pertaining to, 4th of July, right? Fireworks happening. It kind of fell towards the beginning of the week, and there really wasn't a lot to enjoy weekend-wise, right? We were, as a whole, as a country, we weren't able to enjoy a 3-day weekend. We weren't really able to extend the time, right, to do so. A few of you guys might have taken Monday off and enjoyed the day off yesterday, and maybe you made it a 4-day weekend. But there was a few pictures that kind of stood out that I really just kind of wanted to give an honorable mention to. So first and foremost, big shout out to Zoom Minitard for sharing this photo of his Radical Monty with some sparks flying in the background. So big shout out. Thank you so much for sharing that. Kind of the stuff that I wanted to see, right? Try to collect a couple other photos as well before coming in here, but I ran out of time. But I was able to at least get you a Lolo and get you something that wasn't a Lolo with the theme of 4th of July. So shout out to Zoom Minitard. Thank you so much for sharing the picture. I love it. I love the sparkles in the back. I love that you can see that wheel in the back out, which tells me I know this bad boy hops. So, man, thank you for putting in work. Also, man, I want to give a special shout out. I've seen this build a couple times, and I like it. I've enjoyed it. I believe it's a Gen 8 build, and this one is by Elaine. I don't want to mess up the name. Elaine Montaya. And he shares, I believe, what's a Gen 8 with an Endura body on top. Has the angel eyes on it, sporting a flag as he's cruising through the trail. So appreciate you. Salutes to you. Thank you for sharing, bringing joy to the trail itself and doing it very patriotically, if I may say so myself. So thank you so much for that. Got No Chill RC, man. What's going on? Good afternoon. AK All Day also in the house, man. What's up? Nelson B's here as well. Chris Hartman's here as well. Man, a lot of great names, a lot of great folks in here. Thank you so much for your guys' time and stopping by and hanging out with me. Sean Hall, are you guys, I'm assuming you're asking, are you guys going to build a lowrider trucks? We don't have anything planned on a lowrider truck right now, but it would be cool. So who knows? You never know what the future might hold. Thank you for your question, though. Cedric Sparks, he's liking his green 64, man. I appreciate that. Jesus Martinez, man, what up, man? Team Yonkers is in the house as well, man. I love it. I love it. So, again, man, big shout out to Elaine. Thank you for sharing that. That's what it does, man. That's what it does. All right, guys. So, now you guys have the nitty-gritty information. You guys know similarly what is going to be expected in the next coming weeks when we start the build-off. When we launch the build-off, you don't have to have a completed vehicle at the start of the build-off. We'll give you guys a deadline, and once we do give that deadline, your vehicle has to have pictures submitted, which we'll tell you how to do in the coming weeks when we launch the official drop of the SEMA Build-Off. And you're going to want to share the pictures of your build. If your car's already done, cool. Just keep resharing pictures, and you're going to use appropriate hashtags and tagging us, and we'll start compiling a list of vehicles that have used the hashtag so that we can pick a winner out. And once we meet that deadline, we'll go ahead and announce it here live on the show for the entire world to see who actually won the SEMA Build-Off win. So a lot of great stuff to look forward to in the next coming weeks as far as preparing for your SEMA Build-Off, as well as the next coming months as we prepare for SEMA itself, right? SEMA happens, I believe it's going to be the last week of October through, I believe, the 1st of November. So, yeah, we definitely have a few months before that kicks off. Essentially, you have a little bit over 3 months to either start your build or have your build done or be in progress of building and have all of your photos submitted before the deadline so that we can have you on the list and check your car out and see if you're going to be the lucky winner. So we'll definitely give you guys more of a rule set when we launch the actual SEMA Build-Off, but this is kind of my soft launch, my throwing the information into the universe so that you guys can at least get it started and get the buzz going. And again, letting the world know that it's going to be an international competition. Nelson B, any update on Underglow for rides? So, Nelson, no, we are not, from where we stand, we're probably not going to do anything related to Underglow kits. There are a couple people I definitely recommend you checking out, primarily Lit LED on Facebook. He can actually set you up and sell you his version of an Underglow kit. I've used his stuff, love his stuff. He's a great vendor, really quick on shipping. Definitely buy with confidence. I also like to use these little chip LEDs that I use from a specific company where I install them in the wheel wells as little miniature rock lights. Definitely doesn't give you enough lighting, I think, for a full Underglow kit. But from where we stand, the manufacturer, we probably won't be offering any form of an Underglow kit. But Lit LED is definitely who you want to talk to. That's Manny from Lit LED. Great guy. Clay Keats, man, what's going on, brother? Thank you for stopping by. Jesus Martinez is finishing up details on the Ventura show, so keep a lookout, man. We're going to get into that here in a few as well, which is part of the show where we talk about upcoming events and what to look for. I believe next week I will start announcing the event where we're going to be at locally, which is going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona for an Arizona lowrider show. And we'll kind of get those details out in the next week so that you guys know that we're going to be there. Well, you can know now, but we'll share it with the rest of the masses on social media so that everyone knows where it's going to be and where we're going to be at next. But as far as shows that we're involved with, that we participate in and or are sponsoring at this time, there's a couple of shows that kind of stand out. So let's get into that segment really quick and talk about some of those events that are going to be happening, and some of them might be in your neck of the woods. So first and foremost, coming up here pretty soon, we have none other than Eastbay Sliders' second annual anniversary event. This event is going to take place at the Delta RC Hobbies Race Park, which is located in Antioch, California. That's in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area. And so that is going to be going down July 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There is a track fee of $20 to attend. Link for this event and Delta RC specifically is in the description of this video, which you guys can head on over there. We are sponsoring this event, so there is some product that should be raffled off at some point. They're going to do this is really a specific event to drift RCing, and you're going to see car show and shine categories where they're going to be looking for best JDM vehicle, best American vehicle, best Euro, best drift missile, and best overall build. The event starts at 10 a.m. And they're going to have mini games going on throughout the day, and then a raffle at the end of the day as well. Definitely an event worth checking out. Eastbay Sliders, a great bunch of guys. They actually make backfire kits for your drift cars, and I definitely recommend you checking them out. If you want more information on that event, as I mentioned, you can check out the link in the description. It'll take you to Delta RC and Hobby. It's one of those days. Oh boy. Delta RC Hobbies and Race Park. I got it right on the 5th attempt, but I'm there. But yeah, that'll be that event. Definitely check them out. The event's put on by some great folks. Craig, the owner of Delta RC, man, I salute you. Great guy. Big supporter of the Autism Awareness event year after year. And this hobby shop was my local hobby shop since I was a kid. So I appreciate them and definitely recommending you stopping by and checking them out. Definitely a great shop to be at. All right. Next event that'll happen after that one is going to be, and this is in the order of timing, is going to be none other than the 7th Annual Autism Awareness Crawl. The 7th Annual Autism Awareness Crawl is going to be happening at Bear River Lake Resort in Pioneer, California. That's inland of the Bay Area in Northern California. The event itself is a 2-day event. First day is going to have a Crawl Masters competition where you're going to have guys like Harley Designs and John Schultz from Associated hang out, and they're going to have 2 teams simultaneously battling it out to see which team can get the least accumulated time to see who's going to be crowned the winning team of Northern California. It's a great event. Brings a lot of smiles. A lot of children come with families. Camping atmosphere. Day 1 is just kind of a hangout session, crawling, trails are open all day long, and then you go into Saturday, the main event day, where there's going to be many competitions going on throughout the day. If you want more information on this event, you can also check out the description in the video, and it'll take you right to the event page itself. Pre-registration is currently open. They are selling t-shirts and hoodies as well, and 100% of the proceeds go towards 2 foundations which work with children that were diagnosed with autism as well as adults that are impacted by autism as well. So great organization, great foundation, great group of guys. Strongly recommend you check them out. If they're anywhere near your neck of the woods, definitely you're not going to want to miss their event. And that event, will happen September 15th and 16th of September. All right, next up, the weekend after will be Proline by the Fire. Proline by the Fire will be held at Horsemans Center Park in Apple Valley, California. A little Southern California action. Lovely event. If you guys have never been, it's a great time. Trails are open day and night. A lot of mini competitions going on throughout. Big raffle at the end. It's just an event of events where a lot of manufacturers show up and are supporting this event and have for the last multitude of years. The event itself will be held September 22nd and 22nd through the 23rd. And again, if you want more information on where to buy tickets to register for this event, the link is in the description of this video. So head on over there after this and make sure that you sign up. That event, like the ASD event, if you don't sign up on time, you won't be able to lock in having your driver's bag and or your swag bag acquired, right? So I'll give you an example for the ASD guys. Once they run out, they run out. If you pre-registered, you're probably going to have an opportunity to get them, right? And in the bag, like for the ASD guys, they usually throw in these really awesome poker chips, just different swag items, patches, and just things that you really can't get any other way. So definitely want to be Johnny on the spot. Get registered to any of these events. Don't be that last minute guy. Get it while you can. All right, and now headed into the last and final event that we will be sponsoring in this term of time is none other than the Best in the West Super Indoor Custom Show Car, which is being put on by Team Yonkes. So big shout out to all of those guys. The event is going to be held at Ventura County Fairgrounds, and that'll be in Ventura, California. And that event will happen July 24th. The event starts at 11 a.m. and will go to approximately 5 p.m. The event itself should be a great time. They're going to have different categories. As you mentioned, as was mentioned in here, he definitely has a couple things and details he's working out. If you want more information on this event, there's a link to his Instagram page directly where you can ask all the questions that you need. I'm sure that there's pricing involved. You may want to be checking in the day before to set up. All those details, you're going to want to be able to go through him. He'll fill you in as best as possible to give you guys the best opportunities that you can to succeed. So, big event. Check it out. Should be a great time. And we look forward to seeing the photos of that event and just how awesome the turnout's going to be. So, a lot of these events are all West Coast events. Hopefully, in the future, we can see some East Coast events. So, you guys on the East Coast, man, get organized. Put together some lowrider shows. Reach out to us. We love supporting such events. So if we can make it happen, and if there's enough time to do so, we definitely want to be, part of the scene and the growth thereof it. So that's going to tie us up, wrap us up on the events themselves. You guys now have a little bit of information when it comes to the SEMA Build Off. The launch will happen in a couple weeks. When we launch it, it'll be a lot more robust, with a lot more information, with a lot of specifics on where to sign up, what hashtags to use for this year, tagging us, and how it's all going to work. And one of the biggest takeaways that you guys can do right here, right now, in spreading the word is that yes, SEMA Build Off is going to be lowrider specific. SEMA Build Off will have to have a LRH 285 or an LR 260 chassis underneath it. And lastly, the biggest takeaway at all is that this is the first time we're going to offer an international competition when it comes to the SEMA Build-Off. That means that you can be on wherever side of the world that you are. If you are a fan of lowriding and you are a fan of the scene and you want to compete, you're welcome. Welcome to join. Welcome to be a part of the fun. So I just can't wait to see what you guys end up doing. Double check these last bit of comments before we dip on out of here. Jimmy Winfrey, man, what's good, bro? Thank you for stopping by. Jared Say, man, what up, man? He says, what about Minneapolis, Minnesota? Minnesota's in the house? Say what? Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Daniel Isabel Vargas, how does Redcat decide what year, model, or type of car gets made for lowrider cars? So what we generally do is we, try to go out into the street and we'll just find random people, soccer moms that we can find. Maybe we'll, go down to the local, Domino's or eatery, we should be like, what car do you like? What car do you like? What car do you like? That's the winner. That's how we pick them. It's literally that simple. I'm totally kidding. We have a list of cars that we would love to build. There's a short list and a long list. Short list will consist of vehicles that can honestly be made in an honorable time frame that won't take years to recreate or a complete new chassis to utilize that said body. And then we have the dream list of cars that we wish, if we had all the time in the world, that we can make, right? The list varies from year to year. It is a pretty wide range of years of vehicles that we want to make. In a perfect world, we would make everything under the sun, from Lincolns to more Impalas to, just anything in general, right? Caprices, big bodies, small bodies, whatever we can come up with. It would be great to have everything made, from the new stuff in the 90s and even later years to, older stuff in the 50s and 40s, like some bombs and some deluxes and some really beautiful curves on cars, right? So there's a lot of options and there's a lot of wants that we want to do. And if we could take every single one of your guys' wants to make something, trust me, we would do it in a heartbeat. But as we've mentioned many times before, and if this is your first time hearing it, to create a body from scratch usually can take us about a full year term to do, from beginning to a point where we can have it available to sell. And even then, there's no guarantee. as an example, the Riviera and the Caprice body that we had problems. We were so close to having that done. And when we had that final sample in our hands, we looked at it and we're like, this is awesome. Until we started noticing some small flaws that we weren't happy with. We didn't want to just put it out there to put it out there. If we're going to put something out there, we definitely want to make sure that it's doing justice to the community and to the vehicle, its original vehicle embodiment as a whole. So that's kind of the way it works, and what we want to do and what we wish we could do, and how it actually has to happen sometimes. So thank you for the question. It's a great question. Nelson B, Redcat, it would be cool if you guys had an event or two in the East Coast, like Miami. Yeah, dude. I think the last event we were a part of in Florida was USTE, right, which is in Gainesville, Florida. Miami, definitely down south. I agree, man. I think Miami would be a great spot to attend and have any form of event. So thank you for that recommendation. The Token Channel, I want to learn more about Redcat products to become a dealer in my hometown. That would be awesome. I get my little brother looking at getting a 64 Impala. You know, definitely reach out to our support team where they're the ones that actually work with, you know, mom and pop brick and mortar stores and the bigger, you know, hobby stores as well. They can fill you in on any information that you need as well. They're here at your disposal. Utilize them any way that you feel you need. If it's to ask questions, again, that's what they're there for. Don't hesitate. Brandon Allen, man, what's good, man? And just to be clear, I might have been mistaken. I hope I didn't say July, but the event for the Best in the West Indoor Custom Lowrider Show is September 24th. I don't know why, but you're right. I had July here. So thank you, RC Patina Guy, for correcting me. The Best in the West Super Indoor Car Show, which will be in Ventura, California at the Ventura County Fairgrounds, will be September 24th, not July. So thank you for that correction. Mario Madrid, no, unfortunately we will not be at the San Francisco Super Show this year. And then David Sarabia says that Valley Lowriders is going to have an event August 6th, 2023. They're going to have their RC event along with the picnic. David, if you can share some more details, such as the location, the park, address, the time frame, what it costs to enter, share that information with me, and I'll be happy to share it with the team as we share it on the live so that other people can know as well. So the most information you can get me, the better. Thank you. Phoenix RC Crawlers, man, what's good? What's good? Christopher Shad, Taco Man, what up? Double A Run wants to know, it's been a few weeks, any new updates on the Gen 8 2-speed kit? Yes, there is a slight update. The last time I checked, I believe we were working on trying to allocate all of the parts and start packaging them up before we start shipping them out to us to get out to you guys. I hope we see them in the next quarter, if not sooner. And the more update that I get, once I know that they're in the air or in a ship or in a container in any way, shape, or form headed to us, at least I can fill you guys in when that happens. That portion has not happened yet, and I'm patiently waiting for that to change so we can let you guys know. Christopher Shed, Atlanta, ATL is having a RC Lowrider show here soon. Christopher, man, reach out, man. Reach out to my support team with the details, as I mentioned. The location, the name of the event, the location where it's going to be at, the address where it's going to be at, any fees associated to it, and an event link if you have it, so that we can go ahead and share that on the masses here and let everyone know. Because if there's someone that might be near you that may not know, at least hopefully they can show up this way. Thank you. Tony Gutierrez, man, I hope you got those tamales warmed up for me, bro, because Proline by the fire, I'm coming hungry. I'm telling you. Munch is getting ready for the Las Vegas Super Show, man. It should be a great one, too. Felix says, Proline by the Fire is the best in the West for you. You haven't been to ASD then, bro. Got to come out. Got to make it up north, bro. You got to make it to the 7th annual event. Tony wants to know what's hanging around my neck. It's a lanyard, and this is my Rode microphone, wireless scope. I do that because I don't want to crimp it on my t-shirt. Just looks weird hanging there. So I always wear the lanyards where I can have it sitting right down here. Felix Jose de los Dios says, it's an RC weekend for me. Let's see if I don't get kicked out. Listen, as being who I am, working at Redcat, you know, I'm nobody. Trust me, I know this. And I tell everyone, I know that I don't have any weight. But if I may, I'll be happy to sign anyone's permission slip for your significant other that I, Oscar Ramirez, approve you coming out and hanging out and RCing with us. Usually works really well. So, you know, just let me know. I'll be happy to get you a slip, hall pass for RCing. Thank you, Christopher Shedd. Thank you so much, man. Get that information to me, bro. We'll make sure we start sharing that as well. David Sarabia, man, put it all in an email and send it to support@redcatracing.com and just put in their information for Oscar to share on the live as part of the header, and it'll get to me that way as well. The Token Channel, I love the beer. Thank you. I try. I think it's time to chop it off, though. I don't want to get it stuck in a RC wheel, you know? Tony, I saw that, man. I saw you got your ticket for the ASD event, man. I look forward to seeing you there. It may be their last event ever, so you never know. You definitely don't want to miss out. Felix is like, I'm going to send you in as a team driver. Bet. Let's do it. All right, guys. Let me double check these. I think we're good. All right. So you guys got the nitty gritty. You guys got some information on SEMA. You guys got some information on some upcoming events. I will do my best as the coming weeks come to not botch said events with the wrong dates. I will make sure I use the correct dates so that we can make sure we give you guys the goodies. Again, if you have events that are happening in your neck of the woods that are RC Lowrider related and or Redcat specific events, crawlers and whatnot, let us know and we'll be happy to share them. As again, you can send those emails to support@redcatracing.com and just make sure you give us all the information possible. If there's an event page on Facebook, copy that link, include it in there as well. I want the name of the event, the location, the date, the time, and any money associated with the event, fees for those that are coming and participating, and I'll be happy to reshare them here for you guys, hopefully with the correct information, because sometimes I am a human being and I make mistakes because I stare at my beard too much, apparently. So there's always that. Yeah, Tony, I saw that too. Yeah, you're right. I copied it and pasted it, and it was my mistake. So I'll try and make sure I get that right. So, all right, guys. Well, there you guys go. You guys have a blessed rest of your week. Hopefully you guys get to enjoy a nice weekend coming up. And we'll see you guys here next week. And in the meantime, like I said, get your SEMA builds started. Start documenting, getting your pictures going. It should be a great time coming up. And who knows? Anywhere in the world that you are, your RC Lowrider might be the vehicle that gets taken to SEMA this year. So we'll definitely announce the official launch of the event, or of the Lowrider SEMA Build-Off in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for that. But until then, you guys stay blessed. Keep the rubber side down. From me to you, peace.